Welcome, Bomb Squad. It's TNT episode 46. We got ourselves a Thursday show on Saturday, September 8th. It's Christmas Eve in a man's world, Tones. Football is tomorrow. I cannot fucking wait. This is like the most exciting / nerve-wracking day of the year for me.
I can imagine.
I mean, like, especially, if you were to talk to me before the schedule was released and you're like, hey, Tom, like, what's the last team you want to play week one? I would tell you the New Orleans Saints in the Superdome. And of course, like, I'd rather play the Patriots in fucking Gillette than have to play the Saints in the Superdome. That's it.
Yeah, they always beat up on you guys.
They beat up on everybody.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you especially. Like, it doesn't matter who's on their team, who's hurt, who's healthy.
That's not true. Like, we split with them every year, but we never win in the Superdome. We always win at home. But in the Superdome, it's either, 31-6 or, we win, which hasn't happened in a few years. And they were meaningless games. But anyway, yeah, so that's tomorrow at 1. I'm nervous. If I come off as nervous in the show, it's now you know why.
Hold on. Are you rocking a mohawk right now?
No, it just looks that way.
I was gonna say, I thought you were like,
if I did, would it look good? I look like a shark.
I mean, this doesn't look bad. I'm not bad, right? I don't hate it. I was just like, it just took me off guard for a second. I was like, is he trying to rock a mohawk? It's more of a faux hawk.
I got this new hair gel, and it really holds more than the one that I was previously using. So I think I used too much. So I'm trying to spread it around, and then I've been stressed all day, like I've been talking about. So I keep going like this, keep grabbing it, your hair out. I'm pulling my hair out. I'm so nervous for tomorrow. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But now I'm seeing myself with a mohawk. I might do that if we go through another couple losing seasons. I'll just lose my mind and grow a mohawk and just get tattoos all over my body and just walk around miserable. All right, so it's a Thursday show. So we have a classic 4-pack of questions and a talk and flick hybrid. So we got movies to review. I had to watch Mother. You had to watch Invasion of the Body Snatchers, personal favorite, classic movie of mine. Can't wait to talk about those. Then we have our world famous segments, and then we have a TNT punishment challenge. So the pop rock I wrote the show today and I sent it to Tones. The moment I pressed send and it got delivered, door knocks. Guess who? It's FedEx with my Amazon order.
Oh, man.
Pop rocks. So I thought I was going to get away with it. I'm just really not looking forward to it. I don't know like to entail, but I just know that it's going to ruin my fucking afternoon with like tasting things. I'm just dumping an entire thing of sugar on my tongue and then washing it down with a Coca-Cola.
Your mouth is going to be like Chernobyl after that whole that whole incident. So like, everything just should be kind of like scorched earth, sort of. Like
I was rattled thinking about it this morning.
Really?
I was looking into it. Like apparently, where it all started was the original kid who used to be on the Life cereal boxes. I forget his name. There was a whole urban like legend rolling around all of the 90s that he ate bags of Pop Rocks and drank like a whole bunch of Cokes at a birthday party, and his stomach exploded, like something just completely like combusted, essentially.
He's combusted.
So everybody was just like, if you just do that, like your stomach will explode. So everybody was trying it, and then like the FDA got involved. There was this whole thing, like it was just like a whole scandal. Whereas like the people who created Pop Rock stopped advertising their candy, and it started to get pulled off shelves, which is why it's so fucking hard. And it started to get pulled off shelves in like '96. Yeah,
so it's really like if they started back then, like they're definitely not a lot around right now.
Yeah.
Like, why do they even keep making it at this point? Why don't they just like make a new candy or just,
I mean, the thrill of, having the candy in your mouth and them just like exploding all over the place. Like kids love that. And like, it's just, it has to do with like the carbohydrates, I guess. If you have like a really highly carbonated candy mixed with a carbonated drink, or like the opposite. Something like this has zero carbonation and this does, and they pop. And when you mix them together, your stomach explodes. It's exactly like pretty much is what's going on.
Does it actually explode, or is it like
that's what went around for like 10, 15 years until like people had to get involved and they're like, no, this is a ridiculous claim.
So this might end up becoming like a snuff film at some point.
I just hope if I get the stomach won't explode, but I'm terrified I'm just gonna have like a really bad terrible stomach ache and my tongue is going to be covered in like purple. I'm gonna have to brush my tongue like I can't show up to work with a green tongue. Like I have to to spend the rest of my Saturday scrubbing my tongue.
It's like, hey Tom, what happened to you? Oh, had a
whole bag
weekend.
of Pop Rocks and chugged a fucking Coca-Cola is what I did.
Got crazy this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. No good way to walk out of that. But anyway, all right. So we'll get to that at the end of the show. So let's get to the classic 4-pack Talking Flicks hybrid. So hit it, Kane, and Talking Flicks guy. All right. So Tones had to watch Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and I had to watch Mother! Exclamation. It's Mother! Exclamation point.
Exclamation point, yeah.
So would you like to go first, Tones?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'll start it off. So yeah, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I've never seen it. I kind of heard of it, knew sort of what it was about, aliens coming down and snatching our bodies. But it was pretty crazy movie. To see how something like that, not to say that something exactly like that could happen, but just seeing how fast something could spread.
Yeah, like people, when you hear about alien invasion movies, you always just think of UFOs, aliens landing,
right?
And it's just the same story every time. But this is just it's like a bacteria that travels through space from planet to planet until they're done with them, and then they can just land in the plants on our Earth and then just get you.
Yeah, they so basically, I mean, should we? Yeah, well, obviously, spoilers. We'll throw this out there if you haven't seen it.
Pause it and move forward. If you want to see the movie and you don't want to have it spoiled, go to segments.
Yeah. So basically, they I don't know how. I was trying to figure this out. So like, if you just come in contact with these like special little flowers, then when you fall asleep, it clones you. It makes like a plant version of you, but it looks just like you.
Well, no, yeah, they're cloning you. They're aliens. So like their plan is when you go to sleep, they're going to like get a piece of you, clone you via the plants, and then kill your regular body while you're sleeping, and then throw you into the garbage truck after you burn the body. That's why everybody's like, there's always a garbage truck in like all these scenes. It's just people like dumping the person they cloned into the garbage truck.
That's what I want to just like double check with you on, because they showed the garbage trucks, but they never really explained it. So I'm guessing because at the end we see the girl who like changes and her body just like deflates, it's like an empty bag of skin. So they just like basically just throw that out into the garbage disposal.
They burn it. They burn it and make it into ashes. That's why like the whole everybody is always dumping black like dust into the back of the truck. So it's just ashes of the person. So I guess you have to assume that they've cremated or burned it.
So I mean, if it's just ashes, you really need a whole garbage truck. Can you just like, I don't know, throw it down the truck?
Well, they're very the Patriots. They're very systematic beings. Right?
They are very systematic.
You clone the person, you burn them, you throw it in the trash truck, and then you like dispose of your pod. Yeah, in, like the big gathering, and everybody gets in line. You throw away your pods. And then you help ship pods across the country. Like San Francisco is where they all landed in. San Francisco just got railroaded in about 3 days. Bottom line about this movie, you cannot fall asleep or else you will die.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's crazy. I mean, it also got a young Jeff Goldblum. That was pretty cool.
1978 Goldblum.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Donald Sutherland.
Donald Sutherland. That's right. My bad. Donald Sutherland.
The father.
The father. He kind of looks like a walrus. He's always got like a big old mustache.
No, weird. He's got a creepy face.
Yeah, he's kind of a weird guy. What was I going to say? For the fact that it was made in '78, I'm not sure if I watched like a remastered version, but the special effects were awesome. For a movie that came out in '78, just kind of like the transformation scenes and shit.
Yeah, they have a perfect demonstration of what happens once you fall asleep and how they get you. It's something. It's like Jumanji, but even more real. And this movie was like 25 years fucking earlier.
Yeah, and there was that one dog with the human face. That was, I don't know how you do that without a computer. That just, the fact that like how these older movies used to fucking do special effects just baffles me.
And like, fun fact too, this is a remake.
Oh, so okay. Because I thought there was an older one. I thought that's what you were giving me at first. And
there's a famous book, then a 50s movie that I think is Asian and not in English. And then this was like the American remake, and it was just way better, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was good. Now, one thing at the end, there was the blonde chick, and she was the only in Francisco City who didn't fall asleep yet. Yeah, but I thought this was like days and days later. Like, was she still just like tweaking? off something?
It was only 2. It was only 2 days. Yeah, she like you have to like
Okay.
rip cocaine in this movie, like behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, see, I wasn't sure because I thought this was like maybe a week after the fact, and she runs into Donald Sutherland and he just yelling at her.
Yeah, I think it's one night after like the party that whatever his name from Star Trek holds.
Oh yeah,
and then Spock,
kill you
he's being a dick, and he's being such a dick to the point that like they spend all night working on the research, and then they eventually find out later that night, and then they go through a whole nother day, and that's where shit goes bad. I mean, staying awake for a long period of time is very, very tough to do.
It is. One time when I was like, once I was in high school, I just kind of made a bet with myself. I was like, oh, I bet I could stay up for 2 days straight. I made it like 36 hours.
That's still a long time.
It is. And then I started seeing things and I was like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. What do you think's worse, this or Kruger?
Kruger.
Gotta be Kruger.
Yeah. I mean, this doesn't look like it's painful necessarily. It's just you kind of lose, like, you're dying either way.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, because they say that you're still
your
kind of there.
Pretty much gets replaced with the alien, like whatever it is, and just uses your body as a pod. They snatch your body.
Yeah, body snatchers.
They're body snatchers.
They invade and they snatch your body.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think Kruger's worse because like you're seeing everything that's happening. You're getting torn.
You're also gonna die probably unless you wake up.
Exactly.
But at least there's like you just gotta wake up. Kruger, I feel like I would wake up very quickly from that.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, in those movies, is like it gets to the point where you're so tired that you don't know if you're awake or dreaming.
Yeah,
and it all kind of blends together, and it's.
I saw that movie way too early in my life. That movie fucked me up. The original, when she's like in the nightmare and she's trying to run up the stairs, and it becomes just like goo, and her feet go through every step, and then she slows down. That really fucked with me when I was like 6.
That's probably why you have so many nightmares.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot to talk about with that later in the segment.
Okay.
You're going to want to stick around for that. I found that a lot of research, a lot of good stuff on dreams that makes a lot of sense for the show.
Okay.
All right. So what's your review?
So score. Oh, shit. I'm going to give it a 7.3 Sticks of Dynamite.
Nice. That's a good score.
Yeah. It was a good score.
Wait, what's the highest rated movie? Yeah, Perksy and Wallflower is the highest rated movie I gave you.
Yeah, I think I gave that a 9 something, right? 9.2.
Somewhere in there, which is huge because you're very, very strict with your scoring.
Yeah, I am. I'm very stingy.
Stingy. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I did expect it to be a little higher just because I thought it was a concept that would be perfectly up your alley. But
it was cool. It was just I don't know if it was outdated necessarily or what the deal was, but this was kind of like on the edge of like older movies. Like older movies just put me to sleep, but this was right on the borderline of like
you were texting me too, like you were just sitting there, eyes glued, like I cannot wait to see like what is happening.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Like I was.
Were you completely shocked at the end when Donald Sutherland was snatched?
No, not really. I kind of had a feeling that no one was getting out of this one.
Yeah,
especially the way he was just like once I saw him just kind of walking around and not like
the Amazing Grace bagpipe thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of had a feeling. Didn't shock me too much, but it was very good. Another thing I thought was just kind of funny. Like this is kind of random, but like they would all just like stand in like a circle together, all of the body snatchers, like in their new bodies, and they would just like look at each other. They would just be like looking like. I guess they would talk telepathically. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
Okay, it was fun.
Nailed it. So I don't know. I thought that was probably the most fascinating like way of looking at how aliens would invade this planet.
Yeah, no, because like you said, most of those movies are just like, oh, there's a big spaceship, we have to fight it.
Massive space shuttle, we got to get spaceships out there and like shoot them down. Like, no, what if it just rains one day and the raindrops are actually like membranes for aliens?
Yeah,
I mean, get in the plants, and once you fall asleep, they fucking steal your body.
Exactly. That's probably more likely than actual like giant alien ships showing up and just like I don't know. I mean,
it's bad either way.
Yeah, either way is not good. But yeah, interesting movie. 7.3.
All right. Okay, so I had to watch Mother. Tones. This is a very awful movie, and I get why you liked it. And I caught along the whole time because it's all right. So it's very biblical related, lateral with the Bible, which is relative with a lot of stuff that we're doing with the Bible breakdown that we do in the segment sometimes. but like the main character's name is Mother, like Jennifer Lawrence. Then Anton Chigurh, the guy's name is Him. So right off the bat, you're just like, so it's Mother and Him. Okay, crazy. And it's just, first of all, he's a poet, not a guy who writes books, and he's got writer's block. That's pissing me off all the way. It's like, dude, just sit down and like knock off some poems. Are you that depressed? Like, this is just like the literal breakdown, because I know everything has a bigger meaning in the end. Yeah. But like the acting and like it wasn't what I was expecting at all. I was expecting a horror movie, and it wasn't that at all. It was just like this weird thing. So basically, they take in a guest, Ed Harris, and that's Adam in the big scope of things, and then his wife, total bitch, the worst. She fucked that movie up. Right when she came into the picture, I was just like, "Fuck this bitch," and she's Eve. And then Cain and Abel come and fight over their will because Ed Harris is dying. That's why Javier Bardem wants to bring him in, even though they're being total assholes. And Jennifer Lawrence, Mother, wants him out the entire time. I mean, I was sitting there before really knowing all the biblical stuff, just get him out of the house. I mean, this has been 10 minutes and it's been like the worst house guest ever. Yeah. But then she starts to like really get pissed. Jennifer Lawrence tries to kick him out of the house and then won't fucking leave. That's when I really started to lose my mind. I mean, that's when I'm just like, I know it's part of the plot, but I'm still getting pissed off that these guys are so like they're being the worst, and Javier Bardem won't do a fucking thing about it. And then eventually he's got the sacred diamond. They break it. Big fucking get the hell out of my house. And then he, boards the whole place up. But anyway, way down the road, he just like, well, after they bang big time, she's pregnant. Then he writes a poem. Then he hits the poem. All these people come like in Field of Dreams. They're just huge fans. And then they just tear the place apart. Kill the baby that she has by breaking its neck by accident. Then they just beat the shit out of Jennifer Lawrence. And then she wakes up again the next day after, I guess Javier Bardem did whatever. And then you just find out you're in a loop of time.
Okay. So
I nailed that.
Let me break this down for you, right? So you were right with the Adam and Eve stuff. Did you get the whole thing with the baby?
Yeah, the newborn, right?
I
guess not.
That's baby Jesus. Right?
Yeah, that's what I assumed. Yeah.
So the new book or whatever he comes out with, that's the New Testament. And then that's where all the zealots start coming in. They're kind of like the priest. And he even, at one point, he like touches the lady's face and leaves a mark on her head. And that's kind of like the ashes. So it's kind of like a play on the church and how people, and even more so, like Mother represents Mother Nature, right? And the house is earth. So when in the beginning, it's just Jennifer Lawrence and Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem is God too.
Yeah, he's God. So it's just them. It's just they're on Earth. They're happy. They're in paradise, and then man comes in. And once man comes in, that's when things start to go wrong.
Right.
So Adam and Eve, the little crystal that Eve drops and breaks, that's the forbidden fruit.
Yep.
Kicks him out. His office is the Garden of Eden. They lock him out. And the movie takes a ridiculous turn like later on, like after people start showing up after the second book, and then all of a sudden there's riots, there's wars, there's explosions, all in this one fucking house. I don't know how all this shit goes on, but
it's like the house is supposed to be like the earth, then the forbidden fruit, like you said, was the diamond, then it's God, and then Mother, who's there, who's the Virgin Mary. And like it's for the whole thing, like that. Why I hated the movie so much is that I get it, and I just thought they sucked at it. Like the acting and everything. I like couldn't like Kristen Wiig just shows up and like she's from SNL. Like, why is she in this movie out of nowhere? And she was in it for 10 fucking minutes for like no reason, stealing the show. After I'm already sitting there just like, what the fuck is this? Like Javier Bardem sucked at it. Like I think Jennifer Lawrence killed it. I thought she was awesome. But I don't know. Ed Harris, I know he's a dick in real life, so I always hate it whenever he's in any movie. Then his wife was a total bitch.
Yeah, she was.
And then I got it like too, like because after she dies, Jennifer Lawrence, he like punches through and takes her heart out, and then there's a diamond in there, and then he puts it on the shelf, and then it starts all over again. So it's like,
yeah, I mean, it was kind of showing how like I don't know, in a way maybe God doesn't care about us so much. Like he just cares about the love and the attention because he's willing to just like because the movie starts where there's ashes, and then you see the stone again, and the house kind of revives itself. So it just kind of shows that it's just like an endless cycle. He's just like, all right, well, it didn't work that time. Let's try it this way.
Right.
And then he tries it. So it's just kind of like an interesting look. And the whole movie was kind of just showing how we just kind of shit on women. I kind of got that. Well, not literally, figuratively. I mean, like, so you notice how like right from the beginning, like he doesn't like she doesn't want these people in her house, and he's just like, no, it's fine, it's fine. Like
All
just
he wants is the poem fans. He's like, you like my poem? All right, you're in.
yeah, yeah, no, but I mean, she's kind of treated like shit the whole time. Like her opinion doesn't matter, and then later on, like when everything's kind of going crazy, you see all the women you're like locked up in the cages and stuff, and then after she goes crazy after they kill her baby, they start beating her up, saying calling her cunt, lying.
Well, that's because she stabbed like 9 dudes.
Yeah, they killed her baby.
Well,
what would you do? They just
first
ate
of all,
her. They ate the baby too.
The whole thing going right back to in the beginning with Jennifer Lawrence, like, yeah, like it's so great on paper, but like it was so obvious right off the bat to people watching it. Like, there's something obviously up with Javier Bardem, and this is going to just tailspin. And then like what it's supposed to be is he's him. Javier Bardem is him. And like he's obsessed with writing poems and his fans like that desperately that he just throws his baby in there. I don't know.
No,
it doesn't make sense,
but like that's because
poorly executed.
That's because you're looking at it literally. I mean, like
yeah.
The whole thing, him giving the baby, like God gave his son to the world. He gave his son to Earth, and we fucking murdered him. You know, that's what it wasn't just like, oh, this poet's just gonna go. Like the poet is supposed to be God, and all these people in his house, they're you know, Christians, Christianity, like all going, just religion in general, just going after God. Like this isn't like supposed to be taken literally. This movie, it's not.
Well, I did, and I hated it.
Well, that's why you hated it. You didn't look deep enough. You just looked at the surface. You didn't see.
Well, I'll tell you, like, I mean, like they didn't really do a good job of like making it clear. Like this is obviously
that's the
you
point.
Have to like really
it's supposed to think. It's supposed to make you think. It's not supposed.
But it shouldn't make you have to think that much. I mean, the movie's called Mother exclamation point. You're just going in there thinking that there's like I don't know, Chucky's running around or something like that.
Well,
that's blind. I was sitting there waiting. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Then I started to get it. And then I just thought the acting blew. And then Kristen Wiig was in it. And there was no reason why she should have been.
Well, let me ask you something. If you wanted to like pitch this movie to somebody without giving them any spoilers, how would you describe it?
The way that we just did the last 10 minutes, basically. And they'd give me the money. And then they would go out and make no money.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why you watch the trailers. It looks like it's some kind of horror movie because there's no way.
I'm sorry
to describe it without spoiling it. You know,
I have a stone cold Tones Bones real quick.
Okay.
I was going to watch a movie the other day called, I think it's called Adrift, where 2 people are on a boat and then like, I don't know, they get fucking stuck out in the water. It's like out in Australia. And then like, it's a story of survival. The trailer, the 2-minute trailer literally gave away everything. And I was furious with the end of 2 minutes. I couldn't watch it. They were literally the husband is there with the girlfriend. They get married on the ship. Go sailing with me. Okay. And then he dies. And then you're just like, all right, I'm going to watch this movie. Like at the end of the trailer, he's back and she's like with him. I'm like, you just spoiled the whole movie.
I think I've seen that one. Wait, no, the one I saw, the one I saw, they get like eaten by sharks or something.
You're talking about Deep Water or Open Water.
Yeah.
There's one that's it's like she gets stuck on a sailboat because they accidentally sail into like the storm of the century.
Yeah.
And then like I look like he dies immediately, and then it's just a story of how she gets back. But then they just like spoiled it, right? Like 35 seconds later.
Yeah.
He was back and he's just like, I was alive the whole time. I was like, fuck, man, you just spoiled 2 hours worth of shit. Anyway,
well, they probably saved you some time.
Yeah.
Saved you exactly.
Yeah. All right.
So what do you rate in this?
A 0.0.
What? You uncultured swine. You didn't get this fucking movie.
I got it. I just broke it down perfectly. You're going to listen to it back and just be like, Tom got the film. We just didn't execute.
You just gave
bad acting, great story.
You just gave a synopsis of what happened in the movie. You didn't read, like, look, you go out to the ocean, you look at the surface of the ocean, and you're like, it's okay. You got to look deep in the ocean. You got to see all the fish, all the barrier reefs, all the sharks.
I already made up my mind. I mean, I'm sorry. I maybe I'll watch it again, but let me see. So Wednesday,
I'll just give you Fast and the Furious.
September 5th, 9:12 p.m. Mother has replaced Seabiscuit with worst movie I've seen of all time.
All right, you know
I'm just reporting.
From now on, I'm just going to give you
so
Fast
offended.
I'm going to give
you
you
need
Fast
to be able to take criticism.
Movies.
What did you write this movie?
No, I really like this movie, and I just don't.
Well, I thought it sucked.
I don't think you gave it a fair chance. I think you saw a scene that was just like, well, this is stupid, and you just.
I didn't look at all into it. All I knew was Anton Chigurh and Jennifer Lawrence is in there. I thought the acting was poor. I thought it was pathetic by Javier Bardem. Like it just, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it again, but I mean, you start at 0.0 after one time around. I mean, I don't think I ever want to see it again. But you never know. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but this is what I have down. Okay, this is Wednesday. It's Saturday.
Okay, all right,
all right.
That's fine.
He's pissed.
Let's just go to the 4-pack.
All right. All right. So let's get to the 4-pack. What movie were you pumped to see but was completely disappointed by it?
Manchester by the Sea.
Ooh.
Did you see that one?
Yeah. It was I mean, I found myself crying at the end of it, but that movie was a big old cheap shot.
It was fucking awful. There was no redeeming quality to that movie. I mean, it was just depressing just to be depressing. Like the plot wasn't good. There was the acting I didn't think was that good.
It's like I have a nice family. We have fun. Then I accidentally burned the house down while the kids and wife were sleeping, and both kids died after the furnace blew. And then I move on with my life. I'm just like, that was fucked up. That was a really cheap shot of a plot.
Yeah, no, and there was, and it was just, I don't know. It was Casey Affleck was like up for all these awards and shit. I thought he was awful. He showed literally no emotion the entire time. I know it was supposed to be like, oh, he's just like so beaten and battered, like he doesn't know how to show emotion. Like, no, he was just like, yeah, it sucks. My family's dead. My brother just died. I got to watch my stupid nephew. Like, all right, cool.
It's Spin Zone that. There are a lot of people out there, I bet, who accidentally messed up behind the wheel innocently and like got like 25 people killed or something like that. And they just had to carry on. But like, it's cheap shot. It's cheap.
Yeah.
I put that plot right there with like, all right, like just in case this movie sucks, let's get them a dog and we'll kill it and like, guarantee tears. And then they'll just be emotionally attached.
Yeah. I mean, it was, I don't know. I hated it because this was back when I saw it when I was doing my last podcast. We did like an Oscar month. We watched all the movies that were nominated, and this was by far the worst out of all of them. I hated it.
Who won that year?
La La Land? Moonlight.
Oh, Moonlight. I still haven't seen that.
That's really good. I'll give that to you soon. That's a really good one. I liked it.
Scale 1 to 10. How gay is it?
It's not like
there's gayness, but it's not gay.
There's a little bit, but it's like he's like a closeted gay. Like he lives in like the hood of Miami. And he's gay, so there's not a lot of like prancing around, so to say. But yeah, I'll give that to you at some point. It was pretty good.
All right. Okay. Speaking of which, holy shit, we forgot to do our new movie assignments.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
You have to watch Hereditary, obviously.
Hereditary, yep. So you watched that. So you said this is one of the most fucked up movies you've ever seen. So
it's probably the most fucked up movie I've ever seen.
Okay. So I'm gonna reciprocate and I'm gonna give you maybe equally as fucked up movie. It's called Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Oh. It's got Michael Rucker from he's in Walking Dead. He's Daryl's brother, Merle. I don't know if you've seen Walking Dead.
Nah.
You've definitely seen him around. He's like a real redneck.
The name sounds extremely familiar.
Yeah. This was a while ago, this movie, but it's real fucked up. But I know you don't like spoilers, so I'll just leave it at that.
No. All right. So, cool. All right. So we get some, and Hereditary is a horror movie, by the way. It remember, I think last show I was talking about how much I hated it because I watched the first like 15 minutes and I was like, this is stupid. Because I think I was actually just sitting there like, I don't want to get into this because it's really late. And if I like watch this, I get terrified about sleep tonight. It's pretty much what happened when I finished it. Oh, God, what a fucked up. It's so fucked up. We'll have to talk about it whenever it comes back or when we talk about it if you see it. All right. So my pumped up to see movie, but was disappointed by, I think we talked about it. It's Some Kind of Monster by Metallica. That I forget how old I was. I guess that was 2004, 2005. So I was like 14 years old. And I got my dad to take me to go see it in some obscure, like I was like, I gotta see a Metallica movie, cannot wait. But we didn't really have the internet really yet the way it is now. And even in 2004 or 2003, like I was hard to just go look at like what the details were about what the movie was. But it was pretty much just a documentary of how they were going to break up, even though they never did. But 14-year-old me who worshipped that movie, I thought they were going to break up by the end of it, where I just like couldn't handle it. I had to like almost get out of the theater until my dad was like, he hated it. Obviously, my dad hated Metallica. Yeah. So that movie, I was pumped up to see it. I hated it. I wish I never did see it.
Yeah,
it was a disgrace.
That's tough, especially when it's like if it's just some random movie that you're excited to see, but no, this was like Metallica. Like
This is personal.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like a live football game for my band.
Right.
Let's check it in our boys. Fucking James is going to rehab. Lars is a dick. Like Kirk is a pussy. And we don't have a bassist anymore because fucking Jason Newsted quit. It was bad. I was sitting there just like, holy fucking shit, Metallica's going to die. And they didn't. James went to rehab and everything got fixed. And Lars stopped being an asshole for the most part. So that worked out nice. All right. So question 2 of the 4-pack. What's a TV show from your childhood that no one around you seems to have watched?
I got a couple here just in case you have.
I know a lot of them. Yeah.
You ever watch Courage the Cowardly Dog?
No.
Okay. So it was like a show on Cartoon Network, and it was just this purple dog.
That was the thing. I never watched Cartoon Network.
Oh, really? They had some good shit.
I watched Dexter's Laboratory, but that was about it.
Yeah.
And Johnny Bravo. Hey, baby.
But this one was like this dog belonged to this old couple in a house out in the middle of nowhere, and like all this freaky shit would happen. There would be like they had to deal with like Bigfoot, ghost, aliens, like all kinds of weird. It was a really eerie show.
That sounds terrifying.
Probably
that's the most terrifying thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah, probably shouldn't have been like on Cartoon Network, but it was funny because like his name was Courage, but he was like a cowardly dog, and he would get terrified of everything, and he was always running away. Yeah, so, that was funny. That one. You ever watch Invader Zim?
Oh yeah. With oh god, that show is annoying. I barely remember it now though. I know who was his who was his buddy?
Oh, Gurr. I went back and actually rewatched it like in high school for some reason. I was just like, nostalgia. You ever watch Big Comfy Couch?
No.
That was a weird show. It was like this girl.
What channel was that on?
It wasn't like Nickelodeon or anything.
That's the thing. I know every single Nickelodeon show ever. That's where I lived.
I mean, big. It was like it was more of like a little kid show when we were like real young. But she had like a talking doll that she had with her, and they sat on this giant couch. And anything they ever needed was like in the cushions of the couch.
Ah.
So they would just like reach
what
down.
Kind of stuff do they need?
They would pull out like giant, the big giant sunglasses that you see people wearing, or like rubber chickens. I don't even remember what the show was about. They would just pull shit out of the couch.
Oh man.
You ever watch Zumba Fu?
No. You look like a little guinea kid eating cheese watching like these ridiculous shows. You really fit into this question.
That shit was on like PBS, I think.
Yeah, I don't watch PBS.
Yeah, I very rarely did, but this was like it had like a talking lemur.
Now, I mean, I only had one written down. You're like naming all these out. Now I'm like running through my head here. Shit. Did you watch Pokemon as a kid? TV show?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Did you watch Hysteria before Pokemon started?
Hysteria?
Yeah, it was like Looney Tunes like branded cartoon. And it had a little baby in there shaped like an egg, and he would like crap his pants 3 times an episode. No. It was hilarious.
I don't remember.
It was like a filler to get to Pokemon in the morning, but like I remember like, you know what? Like Hysteria might be better than Pokemon. No lie. I would die on that hill.
Yeah. I don't remember. Yeah, Pokemon, I mean, it's whatever now. It was like the shit back in the day, but now you're watching it's like just fucking bizarre. But
I grew up for like 2 years.
What?
Pokemon was God.
Oh yeah, no, I know. From like 2nd grade to like 4th grade kind of range.
Yep.
Yeah, it was that was the end all be all. Like if you didn't have like the new game or you didn't have the cards, you were a chump.
The worst, like you go to Toys R Us and you have like $15 in your pocket from doing chores, and then you throw them all down on Pokemon cards. You open them up and you just get shit. Like you just get a shit hand. It's the worst. You just fuck this.
Did anyone actually play Pokemon cards? Like, you know? You did. You know how to like play the card game?
I did once. It's a funny story. So the Toys R Us near me, like I love the Pokemon cards. My mom like knew it big time. And she like read into an event that was happening at Toys R Us where you go and you can play the game.
Oh, okay.
And she was just like I found this, we should go. And I was like, oh, it sounds fucking cool. I didn't know how to play at all, so I kind of tried to learn on the fly.
Yeah.
So I sat down against this kid, 0 personality, just like blank eyes of like a 10-year-old or whatever. So I throw down my best Pokemon card right to open it up. I threw down Kabutops at the time. This is before I had a hologram Zapdos. Threw down a holographic Kabutops. He fucking drops like a Blastoise and was just like, fucking Hydro Pump, you're dead. Like, because like the HP points add up for how much like you have in the top right corner and how much each move does. And like he just beat me. And then he took my Kabutops And then we found out that we're playing keeps.
Oh,
We didn't know that, but it was a keepers tournament, I guess.
oh shit.
And my mom, we paid $60 for that Kabutops card
Yeah.
at Comics Plus. So she saw me just get robbed of that card, and she was just like, "We're getting out of here." Like, I didn't know it was like that. She was freaking out of the people. And they're like, "Hey, you should have read the rules, man. Like,
Yeah.
keep your Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
We don't fuck around here at Toys R Us."
I got a similar story, not with Pokemon, but when I was like in 5th grade, 6th grade, a little bit older.
Digimon?
No, Magic the Gathering.
Oh,
I don't know if you know. It's another card game.
Fucking weird, man. I don't
Yeah.
know what shit you're talking
was like
about half the time.
Everybody in my grade like played that game, so it was just like what you did. So we were like, I went to like a tournament with one of my friends at one of these comic book shops, and I'm playing this guy who's got to be like 20, 22, maybe. You know, he was definitely older, like an adult. And I was so excited because like what you do is you buy a pack there and then you use that in your deck for the tournament. Like they give you a free pack or whatever. I don't know. So I got this new card I was so excited about, and I threw it down, and this guy is just like, oh no, I wasn't even playing him. I was just like looking at my pack, and like I saw, like, oh, look at this card I got. And you heard me say that. He goes,
Yeah.
If you use that I just use never lasting paralysis, and I just like null it void. I'm like, what?
Just paralyze you, and then like you're done. Yeah.
He just like shut me down. I was like a 12-year-old. I was like, I don't want to. Like now, I definitely don't want to be that guy. So I made it up in my mind right there. It's like I'm not playing this game anymore.
Hey, you know, like that was like growing up. That was like the thing. It's just like, you know, bullies. Like the old kids are like such douchebags and they grow up and stuff like that. I would love to like bully some kids.
You love to bully kids?
12-year-olds, just like push them, like put them in a locker or like steal their lunch money.
Just go back now as an adult and just
who doesn't like a power trip? Like just get a 14-year-old. Like, give me your lunch money, kid. Like if you really need it, go to 7-Eleven, get yourself like a bag of chips. Give them the change.
Yeah. That kind of happened once. I was going to a gas station. This might actually get me in trouble. But I'm walking into the gas station. There's this kid, couldn't have been older than like 14. He's like, excuse me.
How old were you? You were your age now?
No, I was like 19, 20 maybe.
Okay.
I was still in college.
Pretty significant age difference anyway, yeah.
Yeah, and basically he asked me if I could get him a pack of smokes and a Dutch. And I'm like looking at him. I'm like, I shouldn't be doing this. This could be a trap. And I was like, all right, fine, whatever. Gives me $20. I go in, I buy the pack of smokes, I buy the Dutch, I give it to him, and I could tell he's sitting there like about to ask me for change, and then he just like gets scared and just runs away. I was like, I'll take that $10. I'll take that $9, whatever. Just pocket that shit.
I tell them to go fuck themselves when they do that. There's kids around here do that all the time.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir, can you give me Dutch Master? Go fuck yourself. I'm poor too. What do you think? We're made of money around here, kid? go do some chores and pay for your own Dutches. All right, so I had Beetleborgs down. Do you remember Beetleborgs?
Vaguely. I've definitely heard the name.
Well, I never watched Power Rangers, not a single episode.
Okay.
Because I was watching Beetleborgs. That's how I Beetleborgs came on some network and I was hooked. They probably came before. Basically, these 4 kids go into a haunted mansion and then they get superpowers. And they're like they're shaped like beetles when they put their
their powers on and stuff.
They put the powers on, yeah. And it was awesome. I had the action figures and everything. It was a great show. But like here, I'll just rattle off a couple here. Salute Your Shorts.
See that I've
never heard of.
I know I've heard of it. I've never seen it. I've probably seen it, but I don't remember it at all.
What about Pete and Pete?
No.
Yeah, I can go on and on with my Nickelodeon early show lists.
Can
we all agree on all that though?
All that's
oh man.
Dude, I probably still laugh my ass off at that today if I watched it.
Yeah, there's actually some very good content with all that. Yeah. When the fat girl Mary Beth does like the live Common Sense news updates.
Yeah, that was great. Let me ask you. You seem like a Disney Channel guy. Are you a Disney Channel?
I was
guy?
never. No.
Never? Okay.
The only thing I watched on there was Recess. When I came home from school with Nickelodeon in its prime, it was like Recess would be on Disney right when I came home, but then like whatever show was on right after that half hour, I think it was Rocko's Modern Life. I was a huge Rocko's Modern Life guy.
Rocko's great, yeah.
That guy Heifer, like the big cow, that guy cracked me up. Everything that he said. And Filbert, the tortoise.
Yeah, he was great. See, when I used to come home from school, I was more of I'd throw on Cartoon Network. They had Tsunami on there, or Toonami or whatever. And they had all the fucking like weird Japanese cartoons.
Yeah.
They had like Dragon Ball Z. They had Gundam. You ever watch Gundam? That shit was nuts.
No,
It was just like these giant like.
I don't think you're grasping. I only watched Nickelodeon.
No, I know, but
There was so much good programming. There's nowhere to shuffle. Like I didn't have time to shuffle around. They had like 6 good half-hour program, 3 hours of content. That was don't touch the remote. Might as well put it in the other room.
See, I was into a lot more violent stuff when I was younger. Like I used to like Jurassic Park when I was like 6. I watched that until the tape broke. I used to watch Glory. You ever watch Glory, the movie?
Oh yeah, with Matthew Broderick and Denzel Washington.
I would watch that like every other day.
We had that on DVD.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah, it really was.
It was real.
I feel like races meant it that day.
Yeah,
Glory.
Yeah, definitely helped a little bit. Still some work to do.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick did a lot.
Yeah, Denzel, Morgan Freeman, star-studded cast.
They all died in the end, but that sucked. But we won the war. We won the Civil War. It's all good. So we got to move on because we're definitely just having some fun here on TNT. So what is your favorite cop movie?
So again, I had a couple. I'll give you my top 3. I'll give you my top 3.
Okay. We're going 3, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 3.
One. I'll go 3, 2, 1. I'll go back.
Right, yeah.
So Training Day, number 3.
Okay. So that's Denzel and
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
Die Hard, number 2.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't know how I forgot that.
And then number 1, The Departed.
Yeah, I have The Departed as mine written down. I think that's pretty much agreeable for everybody universally.
Yeah,
Departed is by far the best kind.
Honestly, like I at first I didn't even think of it as a cop movie just because it's so like embroiled like in the mob.
Yeah,
like you forget that he's a cop sometimes. He's so undercover.
Yeah, the whole thing is Matt Damon just being a dick.
Yeah,
behind the scenes. But yeah, shout out. Have you ever seen Cop and a Half?
No, is that like
Reynolds?
A midget? He's like a midget as a sidekick.
No, little kid who like little black kid who really wants to be a cop. It's like I think it's late 80s. Great kid, and he wants to be a cop real bad. And then Burt Reynolds gets like a DUI while like on the job or something like that, and like that's just like punishment. He's got to like take the kid on a ride, but the kid wants to be a cop so bad that he just like actually takes good notes and like goes behind the scenes and goes undercover, even though it's dangerous and he shouldn't do that. And it's Burt Reynolds and this kid just like taking down like the most massive cocaine deal in the 80s. It's really good.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, R.I.P. Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, shout out Burt Reynolds. Some Sarah McLachlan in there. Get a double Sarah McLachlan because Mac Miller's dead too.
Yeah. And another little shout out, Kindergarten Cop.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
It's not a tumor.
Dude, I'll tell you. I love how like Arnold as an actor like stuck to like the role. He was a cop the entire time, even though he like really got the hang of teaching kindergartners. And once he like, got them, he was awesome at it. But he was always just like ready, like at all times. He was that good of a cop.
Yeah.
So Departed. I guess we just pretty much nailed that question. Yeah. So the last question of the 4-pack, what movie left you speechless after watching it? And I'll go first just because it's easy. I don't have much to say. Hereditary.
That's actually hilarious because the one I put was Henry. The one I gave you.
All right, so we're both all right. So we're gonna have speechless movie reviews.
Yeah, we're just gonna be standing there looking at each other for half an hour for a movie review.
There'll be no sound. It'll just be a staring contest until somebody. I think. Well, I don't know who would. I guess have the bigger advantage in a staring contest between Four Eyes and 2020.
I could kind of just zone out and like not look at anything. It's just not
like putting fucking in Seinfeld sitting on the plane without reading a book or listening to music, just sitting and looking forward. Oh man, yeah. All right, so we're going to have a fun Thursday show next time we have one. All right, so we're going to hit a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the world famous segments. All right.
Okay, let's turn on TVG. I won my bet.
I'm going to have a quick cigarette too.
All right, look at
this is the hand we played, so we have to golf. All right, sweet. GP is in 6 minutes post time.
Okay.
Which is realistically like 6 minutes from now, they'll be out on the dirt. So we have like 10. So I'm going to go have a quick cigarette. And it's RPB.
Gulfstream's running right now.
Hmm?
Gulfstream's running right now.
He'd been, showing a lot of early speed and kind of fading at the home to the finish line.
I've done my best to ask you straight up that interview what it takes to win here, and it's.
What did it say was next though, Monmouth?
Kentucky Downs is next on TVG.
Horse and then Tiger Paw. Opening quarter complete. It goes.
All right, we'll figure it out. I'll be right back.
All right.
It went the opening quarter in 24-3. Second, Martini Kid Love 3 is out the rail third. Regal Force follows along 3 wide fourth. 4 wide while fifth is Gutsa Mojo. The trailer is Tiger Paw. Abbott stretching his legs a bit more now. He's at the half-mile point and in front by 2.5. Love Tree second, Martini Kid third. On the outside, and Gutsa Mojo with Tiger Paw.
Fuck, I forgot to keep Hot Rocks
And
in
Regal
too.
Force is last.
Shit.
Opening half mile was 47-3. They round the far turn.
I bet you the fucking 2 wins this race.
Abbott by 2. Martini Kid second, Love Tree third. Vasquez working overtime on Gutsa Mojo. Tiger Paw, meanwhile, has a rail run with Regal Force at the back. 5/16.
Making a move.
Jose Bautista 2.5.
Jose Bautista.
Gutsa Mojo from the rail. Tiger Paw has a shot from there.
Oh, shit.
Martini Kid in the
There's the 2. There's the 2. Nah.
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
Tiger Paw toward the rail and Regal Force. There's an eighth of a mile to go. They've got to Abbott.
No.
Gutsa Mojo just keeps on moving, and Gutsa Mojo strides to a clear lead. Regal Force is up into second, but even money the winner is Gutsa Mojo. He's got his mojo working, and he's 3 on top. Regal
I'm
Force
very happy I didn't bet on that race.
Close fourth at 139 flat.
4-3-10-2 in race number 6 at Gulfstream Park. Got some mojo under Miguel Vasquez. Getting right there for trainer Peter Walder. Back at Kentucky Downs, they're approaching the starting point for race number 3. This lucrative first level allowance, 6.5 furlongs. And Scott had that interview with Steve Hobby, and he was kind of echoing a point we've been making less elegantly, which is that when you come to Kentucky Downs, you do want the horses turning back. They need that stamina to finish, given the configuration of that grass course.
Yeah, turning back is better, and you have a couple doing that in this spot.
Scott Hazelton and Caden Radar with us from Kentucky Downs as the field loads up. Final thoughts, folks?
I thought this was one of the tougher races that we had early on in the card. I mean, none of these races are easy, Caden, but very wide open race. And unfortunately, I don't have the 13 on my ticket, but I did like what Steve Hobby had to say about his horse.
I do too. I think he's one of the top 3. I like the 3. I'm a Patriot who broke his maiden in his only start. He is not a horse who has experience beyond 5.5 furlongs. That's his big negative, but he does come from a little off the pace. He's by Kitten's Joy. I'm a cozy mare, so I'm really hoping he can handle it. I've been impressed with the way the Ellis Park horses have run throughout this meet, but I liked 13 and the 3, as well as the 2. Meantime, I thought had a little shot here shortening up.
Going with the 14 on top.
What the fuck? No, it's not. Come on.
That's going to be the key for his opportunity. Let's go to John Lees. It's race 3 live from Kentucky Downs.
Meantime, and I'm a Patriot began well from the inside 2 stalls. Wells Crowther's being ridden for speed. Bunchfield near the front. More Than Fishing takes back off of that pace. They come down for the dip down. Crossing over is Red Clay Magic and Lindbergh's Kitten. These 2 had speed as well. Jack Tastic and Time on Target now getting up there about 4 lengths off the lead. It's back to Lucky Bodie and Junket. More Than Fishing is now 3rd last. Love Your Button is 2nd last, 9 lengths off the lead. And 2.5 back to Extra Date. So the 2 favorites are the 2 last runners right now. 2.5 miles to go. Lindbergh's Kitten coming around the far turn. The leader is now Red Clay Magic by nearly a length. Picks up the pace. Lindbergh's Kitten is 2nd. Wells Crowther 3rd. I'm the Patriot now rating. Patiently in 4th. And it's back to Meantime, about 3 lengths off the lead with the bright pink still. Jack Tastic is now coming under a ride. Lucky Bodie down at the rail. Time on Target. Junket is coming extremely wide. Love Your Button has got work to do. Does Extra Gate. Those 2 try to come in. Back to the back. They're in the final quarter though. And Lindbergh's Kitten now takes command. And Lindbergh's Kitten is the one to lead. Lindbergh's Kitten opening up past mid-stretch with authority. Coming on Wells Crowther for 2nd. But Lindbergh's Kitten with a big effort today, leaving no doubt. Lindbergh's Kitten and Jose Ortiz. Another win for Michael Maker. Wells Crowther was 2nd. Red Clay Magic 3rd. It's tight for 4th. I believe More Than Fishing just got up 4th.
14, 5, 13. There are many racetracks where you get to call that number. 14, 5, 13. And it was also eligible Lindbergh's Kitten. Coming back in distance from Mike Maker, who was just continuing forward ways there.
This horse was 13, 14, one much more realistic off. One. So was his favorite Belmont in his last one. Got to read it 7.
It's fucking pouring outside.
Oh shit.
Jeez.
Did you pause your TV at all?
No.
Because I was listening and yours was like a second or two behind mine.
I'm behind everybody.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's the worst. Like when I'm talking to PlayStation with Strauss from like watching Tiger Woods play,
Yeah.
he'll like right when like Tiger like the ball hits the green, he goes nuts, and I'm still waiting for Tiger to hit the shot. And I'm like, fuck. That's why I turn my phone on airplane mode during Sundays during football. So don't text me from 1 to 4. There have been so many times where fucking people text me like, ooh, like bad. That sucks, huh?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm like 3 or 4 minutes behind with football because it's on the app.
Yeah, that's true. That's weird. No, the worst is like when you're watching like that, and I used to have like the updates, like the scoring updates from ESPN, and it was just like, well, fuck, especially when I watch in my room because I'm watching on the app also, so it's fucking yeah. So the Belmont's up in 5 minutes. That's on TVG. Did you see Barstool? They got a show on fucking TVG now?
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
It looks hilarious. Big Cat, Dave, and Stu Feiner.
Yeah, I don't know how they're
Tommy Smokes.
I don't know because it's also on like Pix 11 here. Like, so I don't know how they're going to keep that shit like PG with Stu on there.
They already recorded it.
Oh, they did it beforehand. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's and like by the preview, it looks absolutely hilarious. Like Stu Feiner is just a lunatic.
He's out of his mind.
That guy cracks me up.
Yeah, he's great.
I thought he would be so easy to get as a guest.
You said you messaged him, right?
I messaged him twice over like a month because I never want to like badger anybody.
Yeah,
I think he's got a lot of shit going on right now. Like Frank, like we should just like get Frank back on and use Skype.
Yeah,
we actually should.
Why not? We'll get Skype going.
Yeah. I have so I took out like $60 the other day, so I have $23.10 my account.
Okay.
So what do we got? It's on the dirt. Clear cut favorite, not that. This looks like it's a toss up. Oh, Eric Cancel, my man. Eric Cancel has won me, I don't know, like $185 at Monmouth Park this year.
Really?
Eric Cancel, the jockey alone, the 9 or the 7 horse. Truly a moonshot.
See, I was looking at the Peeling Henry just because, like, we're
the movie.
Just talk about Henry. You know,
you have to take that. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like.
And he's the Trackmaster pick. Yeah, I'm locking that in.
David Cohen.
So when it says like win and then like win/place, win/show, what is that?
If you do like a win/show and you put $10 down, it's a $20 bet because you have them $10 to win, $10 to show.
Okay, interesting. I might do that.
Yeah, I would do win, play, show for $5 each because his odds are 6. So if he wins 5, I'm not sure though. Like it doesn't pay out. Actually, it's a bad bet. You only want to do a win, play, show on a horse that's like 50 to 1 that you're really confident in. Just bet him where you think he's going to finish.
Because they don't even have like a show or just a place. They have either win, place.
No, you can. You just have to.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I backed out.
I don't know what a superfecta is. I think that's.
Fuck it, I'm doing win.
That's what it's all about, right there. That's
$10 on it to win.
10.
Yeah,
so that's you win like 60.
Why is it not letting me fucking place the bet?
Do you have money in your account?
I do. I have plenty of money.
You on the right race?
Yeah.
I gotta go with my man Eric Cancel.
Let me do it to 5 for 5. I'm gonna try to place another $5 one.
He is one of the most popular horses.
Okay. All right. We're good. Touched by autism. What is this? You see this horse up here? The 4
Touched by autism. Yikes. That's a hard horse to fucking bet against. I thought his name was Fun Prospect. Oh, this is a different race.
Different race, yeah.
That's like, I mean, like I get what the owner was trying to do. Like he's probably got an autistic son. And he's doing it for a good cause. But like,
Yeah.
if you like, that's just touched by autism. Like,
Maybe it's an autistic
sounds like
horse.
you got a touch of autism.
I think the horse is autistic.
How rare is it for a horse to take this kind of form? He's already at the highest levels.
So should we?
High level.
It might be over the lines on both of us for making fun of autism.
I mean, we're not making fun of autism. We're just
No, we're
making
not.
fun of the name. Plus, we're not on air.
Yeah, he's the one who named the horse touched by
Yeah,
autism.
I
It's
know.
10-1, by the way.
Anything over-
Good looking horse, to be
Over
honest.
the line by they don't have the owner's name up there, but
M. Storts.
M. Stort, Tiago Pereira,
That's
riding an autistic horse.
no, only a touch of it. It's pretty much
Touch it.
Asperger. They might as well call that horse Asperger's.
That horse is on the spectrum.
Yes, just a touch. Are you autistic? Just a touch of it. It's like the fucking. Oh, I didn't place my bet yet. It's like the song, the Grateful Dead song, "Touch of Grey,"
Yeah.
but it's touch of autism. Touched by autism. Okay. All right,
Now,
Martin.
when these things say like pick six, like what does that mean?
Pick six, I think, is to pick like top 6 horses.
Because this one is a pick six race.
Yeah, because you have 9 horses, so you know it's
So
pretty
if you
easy
get
to
in the top
win.
6, do they give your money back or something, or what is it?
No, it depends on how much you bet and the odds of the 6 horses. So, like, if you have, so I see the fun prospect is 60-1. If you put him in your pick 6 and he comes in, whatever you bet on him will be part of your winnings. So if it's like you probably want to, six horses is a lot of bets. You're betting on 6 different horses. So if you do $10, it'll be $60 bet. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But then you get $10 times whatever the odds are of each horse. But they have to come, like, you only get paid out if all 6 of them finish top 6.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Okay. I get it. Because I was just
pick
looking
6 race because it's 9, so there's a good chance, like, there's only 3 horses that aren't going to finish in the top
Right.
6. So
should I do that? No,
fuck,
not
I'm
do that.
fucking
That's too
convincing
much
myself
right
to do one of
now. I already
these.
got $10 on this. Let it ride.
Yeah, but if you get it right with like $1, the $6 bet, and you have like 18-1, 30-1, 60-1, it's nice. I don't know how much I've never done one before. I'm going to do that though.
You're gonna do it.
Just a little side.
Okay, a little side action.
Little side.
It's gonna be so hard to keep track of. If you win, like you have to like wait. You basically have to wait for the app to refresh.
Minimum $2. I don't have the money to do this. Let me see.
That's kind of like a crazy parlay,
Yeah, it is. We'll see what happens here. So I'm gonna go with the 2 horse, the 1 horse. Get the 8 horse in there. The 9 willing to speed.
What is going on with this race?
2.
In the 5th race, we'll go with the 4, 6, 9. So single Princess Kendra, even easier.
2-minute warning at Monmouth Park. Shit.
Let's get out to Belmont Park.
All right, ready? This is
Yep.
Belmont.
Yep.
I'm not gonna bet the pick 6. Fuck it.
All right. Ready.
All right, we're back. We got ourselves a horse race. So Tones, of course, is betting with us now. So we picked 2 different horses, and I'm all out of sorts here, but we will figure it out. We're about to start this race. All right, so I have the 7. I remember that at least. It's Eric Cancel. My guy, Eric Cancel, the jockey, has got me about $140 almost in my
And
life.
I got the 8 horse, and I'm out in front right now.
Ogalay is down at the rail running.
You have the 8?
Yep, I got the
All right,
8.
so 8's in first.
Cable tear on the outside.
Eric Cancel's in
seventh.
3rd
There's a
and
break
is just
of 2 lengths.
fucking coming up
22
like
trackers
hard.
among prospects.
Eric Cancel wants to cancel you, Tones, and your 8 horse, you and your pink.
Appealing Henry.
Appealing Henry. Shout out to the movie that I have to watch. Now it's just like there's all these signs.
Yeah.
Like this movie is going to be doomed for me.
On the outside, a close-up 3rd, then a break of 2
Uh-oh.
to the trio of Zap, Zap, Zap.
Who are you more afraid of, the
Cable
9 or
and
Cancel?
Another length and a half to
Uh,
running in
I'm
7th.
afraid of the 9. I'm
Prospect
not afraid of
in
you.
8th, and 98-2 is the trailer.
Come on,
The half in
Cancel.
46
Come on, Eric
and
Cancel.
1/5 seconds.
Come on, Henry.
Closest to the rail. Cavalato's in between.
Go,
It's
Henry.
me, Tones, and a 3rd horse, just like dead even with the field behind him.
Let's go, Henry.
And we made a turn across Hell's Quarter.
Go,
Eric
Henry.
Cancel's on the outside. He's on the inside. It's gonna be one-on-one between Eric Cancel and George's horse. Come on, Eric Cancel. Go. Come on, no.
Fuck.
On the inside to grab the lead. Pretentious on the outside. Zap, won it. Javier
Eric Cancel with a
gets
fucking
his third
bizarro
win
world move on the
of day.
stretch. He had him straight ahead. I turned my TV off by accident.
Choke job.
God damn it. I thought I had that one. That one fucking sucked.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, hold on.
That was tough. And I was also watching ahead of you, so I knew it was shit. I just watched the life just get drained out of you as you lost.
Yeah, it was. I really thought we had it. Adrenaline was pumping. Then I accidentally turned my TV off instead of muting it. And then when I press the power button, it turns on this TV that I beat the shit out of during football season. I bought it for PlayStation 1 because you need a shitty TV for it.
Yeah,
but my PlayStation never played the game that I wanted to because it doubles as a Rob Zombie CD. So whenever I put it in, I can't actually play the game. So I have to listen to a CD. So I just beat the crap out of it, and it's not looking good for tomorrow. This TV is going to be even more fucking hurt. All right. So that brings us to a do you remember? All right. So, Tones, do you remember senior year? We lived across the street from each other.
Yes.
And there was some construction going on. It was a hell of a winter that year.
Oh, my
Remember,
God,
we got a ton of snow.
Mm-hmm.
It was freezing. But there was some construction going on the sidewalk on your side of the street.
Mm-hmm.
And they hit a gas line, and it fucked me and Jerry, the old guy who was in the wheelchair, but like could walk anyway. He just had one. So we didn't have heat for 2 fucking weeks when it was about, I don't know, 6 degrees outside for 2 weeks.
Yep.
So, so you didn't get affected by it, even though it was like right next to your front door.
Right.
Our landlord didn't answer any phone calls. Like after we texted him and told him what happened, he said, okay, like I'm looking into it. Didn't answer our phone calls ever since we texted him. So Dante, friend of the program, ends up coming up, before this happened to stay for 2 weeks because there's a huge wrestling pay-per-view. I think it was like WrestleMania or Royal Rumble. It probably Royal Rumble because it's in January and February.
True, yeah.
And like he was going to sleep on the couch that happens to be right next to the front door. And the first day he gets there, they cut the gas line and we lose heat. So it's not so bad, like, because it was a 3-story row house. And all the way at the top wasn't that bad. If you had some extra blankets, you're actually like, this is actually kind of nice not having any heat. Like, I'm just going to sleep the fuck in. But the next morning I walked downstairs. It's like, I don't know, 8:30 a.m. on like a Saturday. And Dante's just sitting there with his arms folded watching Back to the Future. And you could just see his breath like crystal clear. Like he's literally outside, like sleeping outside in the winter. And he's like blue and like frozen. And he's just like, can't do this, dude. It's like it was only like in that specific section because like it's right next to the front door.
Right next to the front door. There's a couple of windows over there.
Yeah, there's a window and a door right next to the couch. So there was just like a fucking drift of 6-degree weather and snow coming right through. And it was for 2 weeks, the whole 2 weeks he planned to stay because I think he didn't have his license at the time. So I had to pick him up and drive him to St. Joe's. So like I was like, this is the deal. Like anywhere. So he just had to sit there. So he just watched Back to the Future marathons. But it was like every night for 2 weeks where it was like that fucking cold where I'd come downstairs and he still hasn't slept and he's just got his arms crossed, just watching the TV. And
you didn't give the kid a fucking blanket?
We did. It's 6-degree weather, like right there. And he could have just, so the other part of the story is that it got so bad after a couple of days, Ahern got a space heater from his parents.
Yeah.
And he went and picked it up and came back with this massive, luxurious space heater. This thing you just turn on and there's heat. He took it right into his room and locked the door. Sure. Didn't let anybody else use it. And he didn't let anybody in his room either.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Not let the heat out. You can't open the door, let the heat out,
But he just didn't give a fuck that we were all just literally suffering, especially poor Dante was down there. Like at least Royal Rumble was awesome that year, but I'll never forget walking down the stairs and just seeing him sitting there straight awake, just breathing, and you see every bit of breath that he had watching the TV. Did you sleep last night? And he's like, tried. Thank Christ that there was a Back to the Future marathon on, else I would have lost it. But yeah, so that was funny.
Yeah,
good times. Shitty at the time, but
I got one too.
That's right.
So do you remember when Petrillo almost died on your front in your sidewalk?
Yes, I wasn't. I think I fell asleep early that night,
Okay.
but I know about it.
So I'll kind of regale you then.
Hate this
So
story.
this kid Petrillo, he's kind of a hard kid to describe. I mean, when he was younger, he had some problems, I'm guessing. I think
Who's the Malfoy's dwarf in Harry Potter?
Oh, Dobby.
He looks.
Holy shit, that is a big daddy long legs.
Oh shit!
I'm just gonna keep
You
an eye
just
on
gave
that.
this look that scared me.
I'm gonna keep an eye on that.
What's daddy
Yeah,
long? Those things are harmless.
yeah, well, he's pretty fucking big.
Oh.
Anyway, Petrillo. So yeah, I think he had brain cancer when he was a kid or something. So because he had like a piece of his head missing, it was kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
And he was like really small because I guess when you're that young and you get a bunch of chemo, like it definitely fucks with you. You know, you're growing. So I mean, like I felt bad for the kid. He had obviously had a lot of problems, but he was the single most annoying person you've ever met.
Yeah.
He became. We had a term, the Petrillo poppin', because he would literally just pop in our house like on a Friday night. He would just show up like uninvited. It's like, dude, we don't want you here.
It wasn't like he was nice. He meant well, but he would come in and just try to be like the life of the party at some points, and like he just didn't have anything really ever to contribute.
Shut up! Just
shut the fuck up! Shut up!
It's like real high pitched, like
2 + 2 is 5. No, it's 4. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he wasn't very smart, but
no.
I don't want to rag on the kid too much. Anyway, I mean, he was extremely uncoordinated.
Yeah.
Right. So we were out in front of your house one night, just throwing a football around.
Keep in mind, Bomb Squad, this is on like a very steep street.
Yes. So it's a very
up on a hill. Yeah.
Steep hill. And we're throwing the football around, and someone throws it to him, and it's a little bit over his head, and he like puts his head up and starts backpedaling down the hill and just falls, and his head whiplash right into the pavement. Now, if you see this kid and you see his head looks very delicate.
Yeah.
Like at any moment, like if you just popped it with a needle, it would just explode.
Yeah.
No, he just looks like a little bolt. It's almost like I hate to talk about the kid like this, but like it almost looked like an alien head that kind of like was kind of long in the back. Like it wasn't like a normal shape.
Like just like a young cancer survivor. I mean, like
Yeah. Anyway, well but the sound his head hit.
I'm so happy I wasn't there this day, but I really
hit the pavement.
Having to draw this up in my brain.
It sounded like I thought we were gonna roll him over and his brains would just be on the sidewalk. Like it was a pop, a very, very loud pop, and we thought this kid was dead. I guess he was. I'm pretty sure
completely fine though, right?
No, I think he got a concussion. He was like, he wasn't like okay. Like he was pretty like woozy, and he couldn't really wait to like carry him into the house basically. But like he was like still talking and like moving and shit. So it wasn't like he was out cold, but you can tell like something had happened. I think he eventually stopped drinking at some point because he just kept having these accidents. Like another time, he just fell face first.
Yeah,
like just leaned forward too far and just fell face first on his face, like on the ground.
I think I was there for that when we were walking to the bar.
Yeah, that was.
Why did you look straight up? Is Daddy Longlegs crawling 100 miles an hour? You're scared.
Yeah, no, he's up there. I'm just keeping an eye on him.
Fucking hate spiders.
Oh man, he's like coming kind of towards me. Why don't you
go kill the fucking shit out of it? Just kill it. Like, just go kill it, please. Time out from the show, everybody. Apologies, Greg Petrillo, too. We love you. We're just, I'm busting balls.
Yeah, I don't love him, but.
Oh, yeah. Did you get him?
Yeah, he's on the wall. He's stuck up there. I'll clean it up later.
Good. Poor guy. Listen,
don't come to my house.
Spiders probably are the nicest creatures ever, but like, it's not our fault that you look terrifying.
Not up in my house.
Yeah, not at all. It's the worst when you see them in the shower and people are just like, no, they kill insects, and you're just like, that's nice. I'd rather have like one spider than 10 flies, and it would be great. But they're terrifying looking, and I've seen arachnophobia one too many times, and I can't have it. I will not stand for it.
Did I tell you about my about my bee problem? I don't think I did.
No.
So there's like out behind my house is like a little vent that comes out of the like the laundry room. Like it lets out like the steam and stuff.
I have. Well, all right, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. And I guess there's like a little hive in there or something. and
Yep.
there was just bees flying around there, and then they were kind of getting into the bathroom every once in a while, and then like even in my brother's room, which is right above that, he would find like bees in there.
So there's basically they built their nest right behind the washing machine.
It was like in the vent, like right like in the wall, kind of like it's closer to outside than anything. But anyway, so we had that, and the other day I just come downstairs and I walk past like my back porch and I look out like the sliding door, and there's just a guy in a bee suit out there. He's just like spraying. Like I guess my parents called somebody. I didn't even like think it was that serious of a problem because I hadn't seen any of the bees, but they kept seeing them. So I was like, all right, whatever. And all of a sudden I come downstairs, there's a beekeeper out there.
Dude, if that happened to me, I'd be screwed. Like I can't afford to have a beekeeper come over. I'd have to like my old place. I had a fight with the bees. I told you about when I woke up when I had bees inside my entire bathroom.
Yeah.
That was one of the most horrifying experiences ever. Rand Ace Hardware, grab a can of Raid and just fucking nuked them all.
Bees.
Yeah, I was gonna say too though, with the vent that you have outside your house. My parents, back when I was a kid, the filter, like the screen of it was off, so it was pretty much just a hole in the house. So a squirrel got in through that tube, but like it's a metal slippery tube that goes straight down like a J shape up into the washing machine, and he was stuck there. And we just kept hearing noises and stuff whenever we ran the sink. Because like it was, I guess he was near the water pipes too. So whatever you ran the hot water, you just hear like nah, nah, like in the walls.
God.
So there was a squirrel stuck in the wall, and
God.
he got out of there. I got him out. I put down the peanut butter crackers, where it's like a peanut butter sandwich between the two Keebler's. Ones.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, little crackers.
Put a track of those outside, and then we were watching TV, and all of a sudden we just saw him like picking up one, moving to the next one, like James Woods and Family Guy. And then I was like, there he is, got him out. Yeah. So those were good. Do you remember? It's good times.
Yeah.
God, great times. I miss college. All right. So number 3 here we have It Was All Dream. All right. So I was debating whether or not to tell it, but like I feel like fuck it at this point because I guess I was watching that Joe Rogan podcast with the guy that I sent you. He is an expert at studying dreams.
Yeah.
So the biggest takeaway from it was at hotels, like it's scientifically proven that you're going to dream there, like you're more susceptible to it because your brain, like one half of it doesn't completely shut down because it's like you're away from home. So it's like a survival sort of instinct thing. So that's why I had like the McDonald's dream and like the crazy long movie dream because I'm like, I'm pretty much half awake, but I'm asleep.
Yeah.
And so that explains it. But so last night, so it was me and my dad and the old guy who gives Will Smith the job in Pursuit of Happiness. The boss, gray hair.
Okay, yeah.
You seen that movie?
Yeah. Not in a while, but yeah.
So he was there. I don't know why, but he was chain smoking, like he was chain smoking cigarettes, like crazy. Like we were going out to eat, the three of us, to this random like it was a golf halfway house restaurant. I don't know why. We're walking there, and this guy's just chaining cigarettes. It's making me want one, like terribly. But I'm with my dad, so I can't.
Yeah.
Right. And then as we're getting closer to the restaurant, I see my dad is next to me, and he's smoking a Black and Mild for some reason with a filter. Classic. And then he's just like, I got way too drunk today. Like, man, I don't feel good. I was just like, what's going on? I thought we were getting lunch with the guy from Pursuit of Happiness. and then he looks terrible. Like, you know, when you have a friend, when you go out and you knew it, and then all of a sudden you just see him sitting there like a dummy.
Yeah.
With his like eyes almost closed, and you could tell he's about to throw up everywhere.
Like pale as shit, sweating.
You just like, it's like 9:30, and you just knew he just went too hard.
Yeah,
that was what it was like. But with my dad, for no reason, like I don't know where it came from. But then he just like, I think I'm gonna be sick. So I had to like walk him outside, and then he just started barfing in the corner of the restaurant. And we have reservations, the three of us. So like this old guy is there, and he's just like, what's going on? I was just like, I don't know. My dad is wasted out of nowhere, and he's puking all over the place. Happens to the best of us. Like whatever we're here for, he's messing up. And so I just knew like we have to like take care of him here, and like we have to get into whatever this dinner is. And it took I was like, all right, I'm going to go get us at our table. You stay out here in the corner of the whatever restaurant and just keep puking out here. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah. So we sit down. The guy who chain smokes cigarettes is like, he's in there and he's fine. So I was like, I got to check on my dad. Went out. He wasn't there anymore. Then I came back in, and he was sitting at the table. And it was like, it turned out he was in the bathroom puking. And then I was just like, all right, that was wild. And then he still wasn't good. He was like, I have to get out of here. So then this random woman comes up. She's like, I'll take you home. And he's like, all right, like that would be huge, but like he was kind of against it. And she was like, I'll even put newspapers down on the seat cushions in case you throw up in the car. And he just looked at her and was just like, that sounds great. And then he got out of there. And then I had the dinner, I think. I mean, after he left, and I was like, okay, we have that situation. We have our friend in an Uber was like the metaphor, I guess, to get home. And I woke up. Yeah, it was a wild one. I'll always share the wild ones. I feel like sometimes like people take dreams personally. You can't control them.
That just happens.
Yeah. Like, you know, girlfriend's like, I had a dream last night that we got into an argument. And he's like, yeah, well, we didn't. So fuck off. Oh man.
I actually have some too.
Ooh.
So the first one, this was about a week or so ago. I don't remember much of it, but I just remember it might actually be a nightmare. I don't know, but I was in a car with my family driving around Philly looking for DJ Khaled's birthday party. Couldn't find it. So that's all I remember about that. We had the maps out, and like all of a sudden Philly was the most complex city in the world.
Who are you going to see? DJ what?
DJ Khaled, you know.
Oh, DJ Khaled. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking for his birthday party.
You think it might be a nightmare because you missed the show?
Well, no, it was a nightmare because I was going to DJ Khaled's birthday party because I was stuck in a car with my parents driving around Philly.
Wow.
And then my other one, this actually happened last night. I actually remember a lot more of this one than most of my dreams, but I was in a movie theater trying to buy movie tickets, but like for the next day, I was like reserving my seats for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like,
just want to make sure you get the best seat in the house.
Yeah. I guess. Then I walk outside for a second. I go to my car, and I pop the trunk, and it's just filled with shit, like just all kinds of shit.
It's garbage.
Just like garbage. And then I open up a bag, and there's a bunch of old fish in there.
Oh my god!
But like, not all of it is bad. Like some of it is like vacuum sealed, so it's like some of it's still good. And I'm like, some of this shit's still good. Like I think like, I could like sell this stuff still. And then I turn around and then I see my old high school baseball coach.
Yeah.
Who's just like, he was this guy. I think he played in the minors at one point, and I got to talking to him, and I was like, you know what? We got to have this guy on the podcast. Like, he tells us some stories from like the minors and stuff. And then I lost him, and that was it. I woke up.
You're dreaming about work.
Yeah, man.
That's when you ever really fucking like when I used to work in the plant. I used to have like once it gets stressful at work and like there's just so much on your plate, you just have those dreams. Like, do you still have the dreams sometimes too, where like you're in college all of a sudden and you just realize that you had 3 classes you signed up for and you just forgot to go and like it's already the end of the semester? I have that one all the time.
No, I don't like not about college or anything anymore, but I used to like in high school and stuff, I used to have dreams where I'd just like forget my locker combination like one day and I just like couldn't get any of my books. I'm just like, well, I guess this is it. I guess I got to drop out. There's no other alternative.
Can't get anything out of there. That's it.
Yeah,
all my stuff is locked up. All right. So that brings us to our 4th segment here, which is a Let There Be Rock. All right. So first of all, let me get the horse racing off my TV here because I'm still depressed over that loss. And you had to listen to The Unforgiven by Metallica.
Yeah.
And you've obviously everybody's heard this song before, but how many of you have listened to it before? Tones, what'd you think?
It's a good question. I mean, I love the song, classic song. Basically what I gathered from it was this song is about a man who his entire life has wanted to be one thing, do one thing. Everyone's telling him he can't. And now he's an older man and he's upset with the people that told him he couldn't do things throughout his life. And they are unforgiven. He's not forgiven them. He's like, You made me waste my life.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a mime, but you said it wasn't practical to be a mime.
Yep. And you spent your whole life just doing not mime things because all you wanted to be, your heart was in mimes.
Yeah.
And you go your whole life and you're on your deathbed and you're just like, I can't believe it. I wasn't a mime. I was just a robot.
I spent 50, 60 years working a 9-to-5 dead-end job. And I want to be a mime. I would have been out there happy making people laugh, not creeping people out or anything.
And you see that, folks? That's why we do TNT, because we have those lives, but we're trying to get out of them by doing this.
Exactly. I don't.
Somehow it's like a D- success. I mean, it's funny. We have a great show, but like I think we only have like 21 followers on Twitter. It's tough.
Yeah, it's not about the numbers. It's not about the money. Kind of is, but Yeah, no, I mean, he's like, listen, I just want to. Is it too much to ask for to be a mime? Like the
Yeah,
world
I mean,
needs
like, I don't know
mimes.
why you picked a mime. That's that was a weird one.
Yeah, well, that's what because I mean, I don't know. I was trying to think of something like different.
Creative.
Yeah, creative. I was gonna say clown.
You're looking right at it. How about this? Gay.
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
Okay, I thought you were gonna say podcaster.
No.
Gay podcaster.
Yes.
Think about how many
exactly.
podcasters there are, then think about how many gay podcasters there are. There's
You
probably-
want to be something, but like they're just like, no, you can't. That's weird. And then you live, I broke out of those chains. I wasn't the guy who's dubbing people Unforgiven.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was on the path to. But some people, they go that whole way and they're on the deathbed and they're just like, oh, what a waste.
So I dubbed the Unforgiven.
I actually, fun fact, wrote a paper about this in Mr. Noonan's junior year class in my high school. We had to write a paper about this short story called The Tale of Ivan Ulinich. And it's about this guy who just like grows up, he gets a job and he gets married and he loves playing bridge with his friends. And he's like a miserable bastard. And then like he gets like cancer when he's 70. And then it's like the whole story is about him dying and realizing that he just like didn't do any of the things that he wanted. He's just got an ugly wife because you're supposed to get married. Yeah. And he's, I'm supposed to socialize. So I play bridge with my friends.
I fucking hate bridge.
You work because you're supposed to work. Yeah. And then it's over. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And then
that's exactly what this.
It was a terrifying book. Yeah. So then he's like, write like something based on this concept. And I pulled up The Unforgiven. Was just like, yeah, just nailed down.
Just act like you wrote that song.
I was like, I like this book reminds me of The Unforgiven. Like, and this is why. And then like the whole like body of the paper that I wrote was about this, the lyrics behind The Unforgiven. And it was so good. He gave me not only 100, and this is a tough class. I think I finished with because we didn't have A, B's, and C's. We had numbers. I think I finished that class with like an 81. So like C minus.
Yeah.
So he gave me 100 and a see me after class, like as if you would fail.
Yeah.
So then he called me up and he's just like, this is one of the best papers I've ever read.
Yeah.
Just wanted you to know that. I was like, hey.
Yeah, I mean, just from what you described in the story, it's literally the same exact thing.
Yeah. Like it hit home for him. He wasn't he was kind of a Metallica guy, but he never he's like people who heard the song but never listened.
Yeah. Now let me ask you something. Which is your favorite Unforgiven?
I have them all written down. I was gonna pick a different one to give you. I think the rankings go 1, 3, 2.
Okay. So yeah, I think I'm 3, 1, 2.
3. I was gonna give you Unforgiven 3 today. So you're very familiar with it. That song is very good.
Because that album that's Death Magnetic, right? That's when I was listening to Metallica. That was like that had just recently came out. Like right.
That was 2008.
Yeah. So I in high school, I think I went through that. So that would have been around 2000.
High school. You were like a sophomore, junior.
Yeah, that's actually right around when I started listening to him. So it was like
my Metallica timeline is like impeccable. I know exactly where we were when shit dropped.
Yeah. So no, I mean that's because when I first came out, I remember people saying like talking down about that album. I loved it.
Yeah, people were over it because Saint Anger was before it, and then James went to rehab and like some kind of monster like we talked about before. Everybody's assumed the band fell apart, but I was always keeping tabs on him, and that was so Saint Anger came out in 2003, and that album came out in 2000. Actually, not 8, 9, I think it came out.
Okay,
so they took a good 6-year hiatus after that fucking bombshell of Some Kind of Monster. And I thought it was good too, but this most recent album, Hardwired. So this is 2018, and that album came out 2008, 2009. That's 10 years. Metallica doesn't come out. Once they come out, it's guns blazing. That's why you got to see them, is because they're gone until you're like, we're not going to see them again until we're like 35 years old.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, I haven't heard the new one, but I'll maybe check it out at some point.
Just press play and just listen from songs 1 to I think there's 9 songs on there. Just let them go. It's incredible.
Okay.
All right, so I had to listen to 5th segment out of 5. What's good? So I had to listen to Many Men by 50 Cent. So like I said before too, I had to make a separate list of notes here because I have a lot of things to say. So first thing I see, man, we got to go get something to eat, man. I'm hungry as a motherfucker. And then they just get like fucking machine gun out of nowhere. They can start getting shot up. It's a rough start. Made me hungry too. So like the thing is, because I know 50 Cent, what do you get shot like 8 times and lived or something?
9 times.
Was it all one time?
Yeah, it was one incident. He got shot 9 times.
Was it this one?
I'm assuming it's based on it. I don't think this is the actual recording of him sitting in a car saying he's hungry as a motherfucker and then getting shot.
Yeah, let's go to Taco Bell. All right. Like what? I mean, like what? Because he got shot 8 times. Like, what did he do?
9 times.
I'm sorry, 9 times. I keep thinking of Hanukkah 8. You know, I don't know why. But like, what did he do to warrant all this? Like, people need to go kill him.
Now, nobody knows for sure, but it's rumored that because he was rapping before he got shot, and he came out with the song "How to Rob," where he basically the entire song was just called out every big name in hip hop and how he was going to rob them in vivid detail.
Okay, that's a crime.
Well, making a song isn't a crime, but people think that some of these.
I was talking about robbery.
Well, yeah, robbery, yeah, is a crime, but you know that plays into the whole, mantra, being a rapper, being a tough guy, being a thug, sort of deal.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, the thought behind it is a lot of these big name rappers weren't happy with what he said about them, so that's how he got shot. Someone put a hit out on him or something.
Yeah.
So
that would make sense.
Yeah.
But so I guess the question is whether or not he was just doing it for lyrics or if he really meant it in his rap. Or like, oh, I'm just gonna rob you guys, like you suck.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think he really meant it, because if you were planning on robbing someone, you're not going to broadcast it over a song. You just go do it, you know?
Right. But what if somebody wrote a song about robbing you? Wouldn't you still be like,
I wouldn't be happy.
I would be ready to go. Like, you come rob this place and you're not making it through the front door.
Yeah, well, that's basically what happened. Except they didn't even let him get to the front door.
So he had attempted robbery and they shot him 9 times?
No. I'm saying like someone was like, well, let's not let this happen, or we can't be disrespected like this.
Yeah.
So they got him before he could even show up at anyone's front door.
Yeah. And it doesn't even sound like it sounded like he was just hungry, wanted to go get something to eat. It doesn't sound like anything was going on that night with him.
That night, yeah, in particular.
Yeah.
Getting something to eat.
So another lyric I wrote down feeds nicely into it. So he says, quick, these crackers, us, will give my black ass 100 years, because he's terrified of looking at people who are in jail for like life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, well, like, don't, like, that's not nice calling white people crackers. Come on. Don't be a dick. And then you're like, everything leading up to that lyric, you're just doing everything illegal. You're just dangerous to society. Gunfire going on at Taco Bell, like, wherever you're getting food. Like, you're threatening robbery of all these big stars, just like you're causing a ruckus. Stop it. You get 100 years, but you're causing a ruckus. You got to get punished.
So you're saying it's his fault that he got shot?
No. Well, I don't know. If he was going to rob somebody, then yeah. But like, I don't know. I guess he shouldn't have been threatening to rob people in his rap.
He probably shouldn't have.
I don't know. It's just
that's fair. I mean, he probably shouldn't have, but
he's like, well, he's just making the whole lyric that I have a problem with. He's making it seem like the cops are just being assholes about it just because he's black. It's like, no, it's because you're fucking robbing people and being an asshole.
Yeah. I mean, does he say that in this song that he's robbing people, or are you just taking that from like what I told you about the other song?
The other song.
Okay, so yeah, I mean,
I asked like, why is everybody trying to kill him?
Yeah.
Because this whole thing is him getting hunted down. I'm just like, what did he do to cause this stir?
I mean, he's definitely an instigator. Even now, like
with Floyd Mayweather.
With Floyd Mayweather, they're always talking shit back and forth. Like with the whole Colin Kaepernick Nike thing, like the big black and white picture. He had one of Floyd up there with just like gibberish.
Yeah, because he always goes like he's got the upper hand. It's like you can't read.
Yeah.
So whenever you like try to diss me with, it's just an automatic win. It's like throwing out a Charizard and we'll call back with Pokemon cards. It's like bang, I win.
I remember a couple years ago, the first time they had beef, because it's weird. Like they'll have these fights and then they'll make up and they'll be cool, and then they'll have another fight a couple years later. But the first one they had, he actually went on the radio and he was like, Floyd, I'll pay you $1 million if you could read a chapter of Harry Potter.
Yeah, I remember that. That was during the Alzheimer's water bucket challenge. When he's like, fuck this. Remember when he was 50 Cent was just like, fuck the water bucket challenge. I'll give 500 grand to your favorite charity if you can read a page of a Harry Potter book.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
So I mean, it sounds like he's gotten knee deep into trouble anyway. What else do I got here? Every night I talk to God, but he don't say nothing back. I know he protecting me. but I will stay with my GAT. Oh, shout out because GAT.
GAT, yep. A little callback
GATs.
to the first
First ever what's good. Didn't know that GATs were guns. GAT, it's a gun. Got it.
Got it. Makes
Okay.
sense.
All right. I think that's it. Okay. Fuck. Nah, all right. We had to do the TNT punishment challenge. It's gonna ruin my entire goddamn fucking day. All right. BRB. Let me get my shit ready. Fuck. I feel like I have like they gave me so many Pop Rocks. I have like a million of these. This is a 2-pack. It's like fucking a Russian doll. Three of them. Tropical Punch, watermelon, strawberry. What do you think?
I mean, I like Tropical Punch.
Tropical
yeah.
Punch feels
Yeah.
right. So I was watching videos today, and what they did, you take the sip of Coca-Cola first, then you dump the entire contents in.
Okay.
All right. So, all right, ready to come back?
Yeah.
All right, we're back. So I bought bulk Pop Rocks for this. I have so many Pop Rocks to last forever. So I'm gonna go with the Tropical Punch flavor. So because I got so many over the lines, I have to do a TNT punishment challenge, obviously. So what I'm gonna do is I have to eat this entire bag of Pop Rocks and wash it down with a big 12-ounce bottle of Coca-Cola. And the idea, I guess, of it is that like your stomach explodes like later on down the road. So this is just a straight up big punishment. Who knows? I don't even know if it's gonna be like a volcano in my mouth. Who knows?
We're about to find out.
I haven't had Pop Rocks in like I can't remember. The last time I was like getting the ice cream man when I was 8 years old. All right.
You got Pop Rocks from the ice cream man?
Yeah, back in the day.
You had to get ice cream, man.
All right.
All right. You ready? Oh, there we go. It's down the hatch. He's drinking or he's eating. I can't see. His picture's really small right now.
He's got
He's got the pop. I hear him popping. All right, now let's drink that Coke, buddy. All right, he's taking his first sip. Oh, those cheeks are puffing up. What's going on? He's taking another sip. Oh, is it coming out? Something's happening. He's having some he's having some issues right now. Getting it down. Oh no. he just I think he just upchucked folks. I don't know.
Gross. I got a lot of them down. You can't swallow them.
You can't?
I don't even have any more in my mouth. Do you hear them?
No, I don't hear. They're still going off.
You don't hear that?
I hear a little.
That sounds like a fire crackling. Oh God! No, when you take a sip of Coke, they like form into massive rocks. Like they all join as one.
Oh,
like big. They're like the size of jelly beans in there, and then they start fucking rocking around your mouth and hitting your teeth. And then when you try to swallow it, it just like fucking doesn't go.
It doesn't go.
Your body regurgitates it automatically.
It's like, no, stop. We told you not to do this.
Yeah, I'm actually very happy with the way that turned out because I don't think that's gonna fuck up my taste buds right now. I don't think my tongue is that red. Coke kind of washed it out. Okay. All right. So thank you for tuning in, Bomb Squad. We will be back with another episode soon. think what are we doing? Like, well, not tomorrow because tomorrow's war. We'll figure out if the Bucks get blown out. Probably not for another month, but we'll figure it out after the Bucks win tomorrow against the New Orleans Saints.
You should have your normal number of episodes. Try to throw some quickies in there too, some adrenaline shots.
Yeah, exactly.
Just stay tuned. We'll be there. Don't worry. We're coming.
Stay tuned. All right. See you, Bomb Squad. Have a hell of a weekend. Good luck, week 1.